Bam. All right, we are recording. All right. So, uh hello, welcome. So this is a special-ish kind of let's talky thing that we're doing here. It's more of a podcast episode, Let's Talk. We do have Frostbite over here joined in because we have both finished up Resident Evil 4 Remake, and of course it's Resident Evil, so everybody's excited for it. It's RE4, so it's like one of those games that's, revolutionized the industry and everything with all the over the shoulder stuff and all that. It's a big game. It's a big title. So we both finished it roughly around the same time. And yeah, there was some major spoilery stuff in it. We are going to be talking about spoilers. This is kind of a spoiler cast and everything. So if you have not finished the game, definitely pause, go finish, come back, check out the rest of the video and everything. So yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit. We're just gonna talk all. This is very uncensored, very spoilery, the whole 9 yards.
I'm gonna hold up my coffee cup and point at it.
So Jesus, where do we even start with RE4 Remake? I mean, it's gorgeous. It's great. It's different.
Okay, we'll put it this way: as somebody that played the ever loving piss out of the OG on both PS4 and GameCube,
I think this
there's
remake,
a lot that they added into it.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
It's so much better. It's so much better. As someone who didn't fully love RE4, I'm just like, I actually love the remake. I'm like, holy shit, they got
do yourself a favor. Just go look through the challenges real quick and look the what is it? The speed run challenge is 8 hours. So that should tell you about how long this game is.
5 hours, really.
Is it?
It's more or less like 5 hours of whoa. I'm gonna.
Well, so the challenge itself is within 8 hours, I believe. No,
because the S rank is is 5.5 hours with 15 saves. Because I was already looking at it. I'm like, and here's the thing, I was actually skipping cutscenes and shit, and I was starting to run through, and I'm almost at the 3 hour mark, and I just barely got Ashley out of the castle. I got infinite ammo going, skipping cutscenes, like doing kind of the normal speed run, but I'm also kind of like still checking around for like blue medallions and shit. So what you're seeing on screen here is the original vanilla version of the run. This is what I streamed on Twitch, the first playthrough, and yeah. So I had the butterfly, I had the black-tailed.
This is your. Oh, I was gonna say, what the heck is that? Is that a fucking hand cannon?
Yeah.
No, the hand cannon.
Oh, no, not the hand cannon. No, I got something better than the hand cannon now. Technically, really, it's like as soon as I found the 1911, I went straight for it. So I'm like, yep, that's my gun. And of course, I ran through probably the last half of the game, I think, because you get roughly around the halfway mark, and then I just ran with that throughout the rest.
But I bought the damn thing instead of my box the entire time, and like I just had it as a last resort kind of weapon in my pocket, fight. And like I had like no ammo for it till the final boss fight.
Jeez,
so I kept using it, especially in like the regenerators. That was a mistake.
So the regenerators, that was. Boy, oh boy, that was a hell of a
never again.
Fuck
them.
It actually got me. So that, and also all the whole the spidery shits and everything. The regenerator got me though. Holy shit! Like running through that area, I was just like, when that first. I have
to go look it up real quick.
When that first one burst through the door. It was just like, oh, like it scared the ever-living piss out of me. It was funny as all hell on stream.
I have to figure out what the video it is.
So one of the big things that, again, they made a lot of changes to this remake, but they made everything better. One of the biggest examples of them making stuff better was the room that everybody hates. The room that is literally where you have to get her up on the top area, and then you have to start running through. Now this room had me like, there's so many enemies. Like some of these rooms, that's another thing that I found that they kind of did too. There's so many enemies in some of these rooms, and then every single one of them is a head burster. so they all have like tentacle shits coming out of their heads and everything, and you're just sitting there just trying to hold on for dear life with the small amount of ammo that you have. That's another thing. Even especially OG RE4, to me, that's why I always say it's like action horror than survival horror. On normal difficulty, this game, because I had it set up for making money instead of dropping ammo for half the game. As soon as I escaped out of the castle, I had to switch over to ammo drops. Because I was just like, I'm just going to upgrade my weapons and everything. They're going to drop me a whole bunch of ammo. It started to get feeling very survival like. As soon as I switched over to ammo, it started to kind of even out a little bit more. But there was a lot of times throughout this playthrough where I'm like, I don't have any ammo. Holy shit, I gotta use my knife. And then just like, getting them to come at me and grab a hold of me and then stab them in the head with using the knife, 6-7 times over again. Also areas like the whole Ashley sequence where you're playing as Ashley and normally she would grab the set of armor and all that. I just, having the library and having the whole like pitch black moments in the library and like the suits of armor just kind of, walking around and everything. It's great, redo, in addition to the game and everything. It's taken that whole like the village. It's basically very reminiscent of like the village baby, or the dollhouse, I should say, overall.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm listening. I'm just trying to get up to this spot in my video, so I took a screenshot of this and send it over to you. See if you caught that thing. You did the thing too, or not? You probably didn't.
I have no idea what moment. I can skip to it. Yeah. So this is where that right there was the M4 that on that wall. I was like, ooh. Because I ran back in there with Leon. I'm like, I'm gonna go check and see what the fuck it is. So like, why not? I can just run really quick because Leon runs twice as quick as Ashley. I opened that up and my immediate reaction was like, ooh. But yeah, like the clock door and all that, it's fucking great. Let's see here, the road to the finale. Let's start up this one here. Oh, that's there we go. Yeah, like as soon as I unlocked the whole thing, I was just like, oh, I'm like, my god. Because you get it out of the wall right here, and yep, there's my there's my good old ooh face reaction right there. Just picking up one of my favorite guns in Resident Evil.
Okay, there you go. I'm sending you over a screenshot right now.
Oh god. I might have just fucked everything up. See if I can find. Oh right, yeah, the throne. I couldn't find the throne. I literally did not find the throne. I was like, what the fuck?
It's after the. I think it's after the clock tower. You can go back into the throne room because you get a challenge to go deface Ramon's picture there, and you pick up a chicken egg and you throw it at the picture.
Huh. I totally missed it. I'll have to do it on the pro run.
I was like, oh my god, that's got to be some DMC freaking crap because it's Capcom. You know them.
Well, the throne was there in the original also. That's like a big meme from the original. Was like that's like one of the most well-known memes from OG RE4.
I thought it was some DMC crap because I was also running with the villain costume.
Because well, it technically is part of like Devil May Cry's thing, but it's just like it was just like a whole thing of like, yeah, I'm a badass. What now? That was basically what they went for with it. So yeah, that was definitely that's like one of the most memes things in RE4. Like everybody always does that every time they go around that throne.
The one thing that this game did not do, like I did not get a jump scare out of it the entire time.
Oh, I did.
And normally the remakes, the last couple remakes, I mean, there's been at least one that I knew was coming, but it just boom. Like in one of my videos, you hear people like, "Oh, yep, something's gonna happen right here," and then it doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, okay.
Talking about jump scares, something that just popped in my brain. So when I was actually to rewind back to RE2 remake real quick, so Mr. X, he was chasing me around when I was recording footage for the lore video. And I did not know, if you go down below where the liquor would normally jump out in Claire's playthrough, the liquor jumps through the two-way mirror and all that stuff in that hallway. If you hear him walking around and you have like lost sight of him and all that stuff, if you go to walk through that hallway and he's walking around, he will bust through the wall down there. I was like, what the fuck? I never seen that before. I just so happened to, I got it on video of when I was trying to record the lore run. I was like, I did not know he fucking busted through this. Well, I jumped like a son of a bitch on that. To bring it back to this one though, where is the so first up, also Louise, like holy shit, the whole thing with like Louise stays alive for so much longer in this.
Yeah,
and I feel like it's a better payoff in this. In all honesty, like just the whole thing of he has.
Oh, you fucked up.
He
you
has
fucked up right there.
Nah. It was.
No, I saw as soon as I came to that part of the clock tower. I thought, okay, big statue, some kind of a gun on his face. Okay, I was looking up at it. And I saw in the back of it there was a barrel back there, so I shot the barrel. I didn't have to deal with that whole flamethrower crap.
Really? No shit. So that whole
there's a barrel in the back of the head. In my video, you'll see it.
You know that
when I get it posted.
That whole area is actually reworked. That was not in the original. That whole area is brand new.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that. I remember in the original there being the village, the castle, and then you go straight to the island. I don't remember the whole clock tower stuff.
Normally that clock tower was you would go through and there would be lava. So you're up on the platforms and you're trying to get around I think it was like 3 or 4 different flamethrowers going back and forth. You have to shoot the fucking zombie dudes while they're walking at you and getting flame thrown, and also trying to fucking solve the puzzle while that flame's going back and forth. Is a pain in the fucking ass. So that room is a prime example.
I don't fucking remember it.
And that exactly because your brain just blocks it out because it's so fucking annoying to deal with. So then, after that, then you had a giant fucking statue of fucking little shithead there, and it starts like walking at you, and you had a whole QuickTime event thing that you had to fucking start slamming on buttons to run away from it and all that. Everybody fucking hated that moment.
Speaking of QuickTime, thank you for just taking that entire. Like everybody who's played RE4 original knows what I'm talking about already. Yeah. The whole goddamn little knife fight with Krauser.
Well, QuickTime events overall, like, and nobody likes the QuickTime events, and especially nowadays.
No, I was expecting like in the village where you're walking through the canyon there, and the guys are like and push the boulder behind you. I was waiting for that the entire time. It never happened. I was like, really?
Yeah. Because so before the game came out, they were asked multiple times, is there QuickTime events? And the developers were like, no, we took them out because nobody likes them. That's literally what they said. They were like, no, we don't even like them.
I mean, the only thing you can really consider QuickTime in the entire game is like if you're deflecting, you're dodging, if it gives you a chance.
Okay, yeah. So this fucking area. This was probably.
Here's a quick question. Speaking of dodging, deflecting, please explain to me the physics behind how the hell a combat knife deflects a chainsaw blade.
Because it was a one-of-a-kind hero blade that was given to you from a great Mr. Merv. Marv gave you the most heroic blade ever. That Leon became an expert with the lethalness of the fucking blade.
Can only
it's like, holy shit.
But you can only stab like 2 or 3 bad guys with it, and it breaks. How does that make any sense? Your knife can break because you stab a bunch of people with it.
But
it doesn't break when you deflect a chain. It's a moving chainsaw blade.
Well, it's a 2 shot. Yes, it's like a 1 or 2 shot with when you when you deflect off from the chainsaw. I think it's a 2-shot. You get twice that you can parry the chainsaw.
I did it once.
And then
so just did the same thing that I did when RE5 got up in their face with a dang pistol and started shooting the head and just meleeed them.
I'm trying to find that moment where, so as soon the moment where we get introduced to the assholes in this, the regenerators, I damn near shit myself.
Oh, you're close. Yeah, it's right around here.
I damn near shit myself. Yeah. This moment right here, I was just like, okay, yeah, something's gonna jump at me or something's gonna happen. And I was looking at that, I'm like, that fucker, oh my god. Like the look on my face right here was just like,
he just wanted to give you a hug.
I was waiting because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just pop to the door. Nope, this motherfucker just grabbed me. I'm just like, wow, motherfucker.
Yeah, at first when I blew its head off, I was like, okay, that thing's dead, and then it just goes. I'm like, oh god, no.
Well, it's as soon as you hear, it's like regenerators.
Like that was such an ammo dump until fucking like I didn't read half the logs, so I didn't know how to tackle them.
Well, you just said you played the original. Like, it's like everybody knows you grabbed the thermoscope. I
don't remember those guys. That's the problem.
What?
I don't remember him.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Until I blasted one of them with a magnum and killed 2 bugs in one shot. Sure? I got that challenge. Wait, I was like,
"Are you sure you played RE4? So you didn't remember the lava pit? You didn't remember the regenerators?
Nope. I remember. Like I said, I pretty much remember the entire village, parts of the castle, and then the island.
Okay. What about the annoying ass room, the Ashley sniper room? Where you have to put Ashley up on the top and then start sniping the dudes that are running after.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh dear
all right.
Lord,
he remembers one of them.
Twitch.
So that was, I mean, that room was still in there, but at least it was half of the enemies.
Okay. Here's my other question: where the hell was it when you come out of the church or whatever? You got Ashley back the first time. You're going back to the church and the graveyard and stuff. Where the hell was the car that comes down through there that you got to shoot the driver so it doesn't kill you? I missed that part.
I sort of remember what you're talking about. The problem
is the guy in a big old pickup truck is coming down at you and you got to shoot him.
Yeah.
You have to, like, veer off to the side and not hit you.
All I can think of is RE5 when it happens in that one. Again, I haven't played
a cart. Well, it's a flaming cart that you got to shoot the barrel on.
Oh, that is okay. So yes, that's RE4. So that's Ashley says, Leon, there's a barrel in the cart because there's like 6-7 fucking ganados coming up at you, and you're just like, ah, and she's like, Leon, the cart. And he's like, oh right. And then boof, and then the cart goes forward, and then it goes right into the middle of them all and just blows up. That's RE4. I just did this in VR. I could I could show it. No,
you're talking.
But anyways,
early 2000s for me.
Well, I mean, I did the whole, I've done Resident Evil runs so many goddamn times on stream now. Like I know most everything that happens. The only thing I can't remember fully is RE6 because it's just a blur. But to get back to RE4 remake, so one of the main things, one of my only gripes, one of my very few only gripes with this remake is one of the few gripes, the same types of few gripes I had with RE3 remake, and that is for some reason Capcom keeps censoring stuff. So Jill did not have a skirt on; she had a skirt. She had shorts that looks like a skirt. Ashley has shorts that looks like a skirt, and now also she has like tights on. I'm just like, why do they keep censoring stuff like that? Like, don't change the damn character up.
Because nowadays, audience, little Timmy was trying to like look up her skirt or something, and mom walks in and I'm like, there goes
it totally took away the whole thing of like it's because back in the day, if you did that, if you aimed the camera up while she was up on the top of the ladder and everything, it actually was a trophy and achievement back on the OG one where she'd go, oh, you perv, and then it would be brink. You just tried to sneak a peek. It was literally an achievement. They took it out of this one. I was like, what the fuck? But it's just like
watching.
I don't know. It's just like one of those things of like, man, like for Jill, it was a really rough one because Jill has a very specific look. It's like it is a skirt and tube top that she has in RE3, and now we're starting to see of like also Ada. Ada's another major one. She got nerfed to shit. Her dress, like one of the most iconic dresses in gaming.
What the hell was her damn dress? Now it's just a red skirt and pants and
like it's like it's like thigh, yeah. It's like a sweater. It's like a sweater dress with thigh high boots and like, I mean, you barely see anything of her at all. It's like I think she's even wearing half gloves. On top of that too, it's like holy shit, you nerf the biggest selling character of RE4. Like her sitting there with her leg, her leg up with the MP5. That's like one of the most iconic poses ever. So many statues, so many posters, so many that's like just iconic wallpaper of her holding the gun and being like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass, Leon, and everything. Plus also they very muchly nerfed the scene where Leon and Ada finally talk. Like they finally see each other for the first time in 8 years, and it's just barely a scene anymore. Like it used to be a whole Matrix flippy dippy fucking. There was a little bit of it there, but I did like her little high kick and everything, and then they did the knife trick and where he's holding the knife up to her throat and all that. That was cool, but it was just like the whole thing of like, man, she just looks so different. She acts so different now. I'm not against Ada being so. That's one of the big things is everybody's like, well, she's so cold hearted to him. Like it just sucks because they nerfed her character. I'm like, that's the remake character of Ada though. She's not so much. How was she? What's the word I'm looking for? She was very like straight to the point, but also smart ass in RE2 remake. And now I think she's just like, but she was also trying to play this like naive cop. So she could end up using him basically, and now she's just like, okay, you know who I am, I know who you are. So now the real Ada comes out. That's what I was taking from it.
Yeah.
Also, Ashley
is getting remade.
So much better.
What was your opinion on the happy dogs? The happy doggos.
The dogs were interesting. I mean, it looked like the fucking I don't know. I was just like, man, they look kind of a little bit like gooberish because their mouth is so big. I'm just like, it's a little cartoony, but okay, all right. I don't hate it.
I'm just gonna get your opinion of that.
I mean, did you catch the moment? I totally missed the moment in my first playthrough. I just did earlier today in the second pro mode playthrough. But yes, and these fucking spiders. No.
Those things?
No.
Yeah, there's like if you don't kill them, they run over and grab a body and bring it back.
And then there's like other little fucking legs going on top of them while they're running at you and everything. I'm like, oh fuck no! Like I don't like that at all.
You probably freaked out about the final boss too. Then I mean,
not so. It's just the little guys. It's just like I said, those creepy little bastards. Like just and they jump at you and everything. I'm like, fuck you! I don't like that. Like I said, it's
this whole part right here with the wrecking ball was, oh my god, it was kind of annoying. I died a couple times, but this goes in part. I don't know if you had the same issue I did. I was literally like barely getting by on the island because I had scraping by on ammo because the enemies were more bullet spongy. But but at the same time, you're not dealing with the zombies anymore. This is the Resident Evil where it goes from, oh yeah, you know how we taught you to shoot everything in the head. don't shoot everything in the head.
Especially with the remake too, it's even more so because it's double the amount. Because I was just playing this in VR not too long ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I was just playing this in VR and running to the remake. I definitely was feeling like, yeah, it's like double the amount of head poppers, as I like to call them. Every single, like you said, every single thing. If as soon as you start seeing it twitch on the ground, it's just run up to it and stab the shit out of it. So basically, my combat strategy on this was I upgraded nothing but power on every single weapon. So then if I was running low on ammo, I just shot him. So you'll see I just shoot him in the leg like twice, 3 times. If I actually land the damn shot, boom, and then I go into suplex and all that.
I was trying to do kneecap on this stuff, but sometimes I just didn't want to go, and it feels like I'm blowing ammo.
Of course, that's another one that I'm just like, I don't give a shit about blowing ammo because I will have more.
Your case looks so much different than mine because I had like 4 or 5 different freaking guns in there. So you had a pistol, assault rifle, a magnum, shotgun.
So you pissed away all your cash on that, on buying new weapons. So I was selling weapons.
Not really.
No.
Excuse me. I bought the first sniper rifle. I bought the riot shotgun. I bought the Punisher.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I bought one of the pistols.
I still haven't even used the
and the other stuff. I used spinals to get like one of the pistols, and I just went for the upgrade. Bought the upgrades, like the stock, the scopes. Never got the TMP or the Matilda. I didn't even buy the other SMG either.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Matilda, I'm like, nope, fuck that, because it's just like
most of my money went into repairing my knife, upgrades, or repairing the knife, repairing the body armor, upgrading, and then probably buying resources. The resources so I can make more ammo, especially towards end game.
Nope, this is after I'm looking for. Yeah. So again, major spoilers. Yeah. This was such a Soul Calibur looking ass boss fight.
I know.
I'm like, wow, it's like Siegfried.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's probably already on top of that modding it to look like Siegfried.
Oh, I was the first thing I said as soon as I saw him. I'm like, oh my god, we need a fucking we need a Siegfried mod.
Nightmare.
Or yeah.
Turn him in a nightmare when he does that.
Yeah. This was like
that hard. I mean, you've already got the sword and the damn claw, so
right. They could even take this and put it into like fucking Tekken or something, fucking, because that's all he's doing is just melee shit. But the whole this whole build up and lead up and everything to like extra story that they threw into this, I thought it was kind of a great addition to it. The whole was it Operation Javier and everything. It was talked about slightly in the past, but now they kind of opened up more the storyline of it and everything. It's basically like, how did Leon become a badass? Well, it was his time during that that whole thing with, you know, the Krauser basically trained him up and everything. So this is like the teacher kicking this, or the student kicking the teacher's ass and everything. But this moment right here is just like Leon coming to grips with like, oh shit, yeah, you know, I've surpassed my mentor now and all that. This moment feels a lot like a Metal Gear Solid moment, which I was really liking too.
Here's the other thing I gotta say. Okay, so we got all this stuff, teacher versus student shit, and you're going from 3 to 4.
That's so cool. So cool, that moment right there.
What happened? Okay, excuse me. From 2 to 4, what happened for this to happen? Can we get some DLC or something and like some notes?
So what I would say is, again, I don't think Code Veronica. So another whole thing of this is like, okay, the timeline, the alternate timeline, the remake timeline that I've been going on and on about. Now that we're kind of officially into this, Code Veronica is the next one on everybody's minds. Like, will they do a Code Veronica remake? Now, where my brain goes is exactly with what you're saying there with the Operation Javier, with the where's Jill at? What's she up to? It would fit in with Claire looking for Chris because that's already what Code Veronica was all about. Do it as instead of it being just straight up Code Veronica retelling, make it like RE6. So instead of doing RE5, RE6 remakes, let's make it like RE6, where it's like multiple different stories all put together, but it's also told from the perspective of all the remake characters. So this whole black hole of a timeline that is from RE 2 to 4, but also 4 to 7. You can tell because all you gotta do is make it of like, okay, first this chunk of story gets told over here. It's 1999 or 2000 or whatever, and Leon is in the jungle with Krauser and all that stuff. And then skip ahead a couple of years. Here's Jill. Here's what she's found out about Umbrella Corporation and everything. Time jump again to a couple of years in the future after that. Here's Chris. He's over in Europe trying to set up the Blue Umbrella and all that stuff. And then everything, that whole timeline gets all told, episode by episode, basically.
But what about, are you saying just take 5 and do that, and then just skip 5, or take 5 and 6 and go, boom, this is what's going on. This is what links Lost T virus, Lost Plagas, and the fungus.
The goop.
The goop.
Yeah, I mean, again, like 5 and 6 have not happened. Like you gotta keep that in mind. 5 and 6 are not canon anymore.
Well,
they have not fucking happened at all. So they have a
you take 5. Like they really fucked up between 5 and 6, especially with Chris. Chris is the character model. Yeah.
Well, 6 and 7 was the remodel of Chris.
Yes. But 6 goes back into zombies.
It's sort of
T-virus and stuff.
They're sort of zombies. They're like half-ass zombies because if you remember, they're like zombies with guns. They're like undead, but they still have their brain capacity because they've evolved into another form of zombie that can now think for themselves and whatnot. So then Wesker is trying to plant world domination by letting zombies think for themselves. But then you also have bug heads that are attacking Ada and everything. This is why I'm saying like 5 and 6 at this point. That's why they're trying to get away from 5 and 6. It really
take 5, redo 5. Okay, to continue this Lost Plaga stuff, and then take 6 and link 6, probably 4 and 5 with 6 going into 7.
So what? Okay, think about this. You have one of the episodes of like a Code Veronica remake. If you go with this idea, is Chris and Sheva over in Europe. They talk about Africa. But they're over in Europe. They talk about how they went to training in Africa. That's where he met up with Sheva. She's a very good operative. So then it's Sheva's like initiation into Blue Umbrella. And then that leads into Village, where it's like, oh my god, Blue Umbrella's going all the shit and everything. This is Chris's unit. The Wolfhound squad and everything is Chris's unit. Also of like that's Shiva was part of the Wolfhound unit. Everything is going to shit all around Chris. What the fuck is happening? Ethan's now dead. Mia, and now we have Rose in there and everything. But that's where Code Veronica could be like, okay, here's the origins of all this shit. So Umbrella went down, Wesker disappeared. Chris was ahead of the Blue Umbrella of creating this whole new division of Blue Umbrella. So that's where Chris was at during this whole thing. And then Jill, she was doing even more of the because also they had the Death Island movie that's coming up too. And the whole thing of that is supposedly that Chris gets word that Jill is in trouble over in Alcatraz. So Chris comes in and I was like, the hero of the day and everything. Again, I don't think that movie is canon with all of this stuff. I think it's just very loosely based upon all the games and everything. But if they do try and add something into that, again, like Code Veronica, to me, if they do a remake, I think they would just scrap the original storyline, because the original storyline was not that great to begin with. It was
what we do need.
It was just Claire getting hit on by the fucking idiot there, Steve.
We need a little spin-off game or DLC.
Well, that's
where it's Hunk going through and kicking everything's ass. Because come on,
that could be a chapter of Code Veronica. What the fuck happened to Hunk? You know, and also Kendo too. Like you're bringing up Hunk. I would love to see a chapter of Hunk and Kendo. And Kendo, like, does Kendo work for Blue Umbrella? Does he work with everybody? Because you look at all the weapons, they're all made by Kendo. And where was Kendo in RE2 Remake? In RE3 Remake also. He was shooting his daughter. Jill leaves him the message saying, hey, keep yourself safe because you're the only one I trust to make weapons for me. He literally makes weapons for the whole cast and everything. So get him involved with the same organization that possibly could be employing, or that they're all working for, of Blue Umbrella, because they just took down Umbrella with the pharmaceutical side of the company. They made it go bankrupt and everything. They're trying to rebuild it into this whole thing of, to try and help the world with the BOWs and the zombie, the virus outbreaks and all this and that stuff. It's such a cool story that they're setting up. They just need something to fill in the blank of what the fuck was happening. And again, that's where Code Veronica could be like the perfect thing of that. Like you want a side story, Code Veronica right there would be the perfect setup for it. Like,
I understand that 6 is supposed to be this whole new chapter, a whole new thing, but at the same time, it's like, again, we go from a man-made virus to some ancient parasite to some weird fungus goop shit.
I mean, look at what happened.
Huh?
I mean, look at what happened, even development-wise. Look at what happened between 6 and 7 for Resident Evil. It's like Resident Evil went away for almost fucking 8 years, I think it was, something like that. It was like 7 or 8 years.
I think so.
Nobody knew if Resident Evil was even going to come back. Everybody was thinking, like, Capcom almost went bankrupt off from RE6. Are they going to remake that game? I don't think so. I think they're done with it. They've already had their run with that whole, like, now the thing that I'm really hoping that they don't think is, nobody wants all-star casts to come together, because that would be the coolest goddamn thing that they could do. They just need to do it right. And if you got the quality of the remakes with all these characters and you're doing that quality where it's like, it's not the RE6 quality. I was the biggest defender of RE6 for the longest time, but then I went back and replayed both RE5 and 6 back and forth. And I was like, I'm remembering RE5. I thought I was remembering RE6 this whole time. Now like the light was shined back on my brain. And I'm like, RE6 kind of sucks.
Rework 5. Take 6, throw 6's fucking lore right out the goddamn window of the timeline, the new timeline, and turn 6 into something where it's Chris trying to bring everybody in together under Blue Umbrella. Leon, Jill, Claire, fucking Ada.
Okay. Because the other thing I had in my brain too was, yes, that's exactly where I'm going to. Would that be a brand new Resident Evil though? Would that just be the next Resident Evil on the timeline, where they just stayed? Like,
I would say do the next one on the timeline, because you can bring in Rose.
There you go.
Because she's supposed to be one of the newer agents for Blue Umbrella, anyways.
Exactly. So
she's like the next generation of fighting this bullcrap.
Not to mention also, Rose has a line in the Rose DLC. You haven't played the Rose DLC, so I can't say too much. I can't remember
yet.
I can't remember exactly what the line is, but
my plate is full.
She kind of hints that somebody is pulling the strings behind the scenes that she knows of. She didn't say who it was though, and I'm like, she's talking about fucking Wesker. She's being very secretive about what she's saying, and just the way that she's the way that she was like, and then everybody's like, well, it can't be Wesker. He's dead. I'm like, not in this fucking timeline, guys. I'm telling you.
Timeline. We'll find out if they redo 5. What happens if it's just, oh, that was just a clone.
Even if it is,
who knows? Bro, it would be really what a weird ass twist is. Which is you find out that Chris is like some weird genetic clone of fucking Wesker.
I don't know if they would like go that far with it. Like Chris is a clone. I think if anything, it would be like,
or they were clones of somebody else, and Wesker went this direction and Chris went this direction.
I think if anything, it would be more like, again, spoilers, major spoilers on screen. It is the final boss fight we're showing. But
final countdown. Squish.
You know what? Also, they could do too is instead of it being like a Code Veronica remake or a 5 or 6 remake, it is just like you said, it's just like a full on brand new original game with that timeline, and then. It gives the remake teams a chance to do that and like get that lore set up, and then it gives the brand new the teams are doing brand new ones.
Could do a little spin-off for a minute while you're figuring out RE9, what they're gonna do to RE9 down the road after all these other crap. It's called like the Blue Umbrella Chronicles or something like that. Kind of like they did with like
the Umbrella Chronicles.
What the hell was that one?
It was
stupid. I can't remember the damn name of it now.
It was literally.
It happened between 5 and
the Umbrella Chronicles.
6 or yeah.
Well,
just was it? Was it fucking?
Yeah,
I don't know. There was something I think I started happening after 6, or was it between 5 or 6? It was like a sequence of games. You know what I'm talking about?
So the Umbrella Chronicles is a what if scenario, I do believe, if I got the right one. It's because one of them is like it's kind of a railish shooter. Yeah, it's on rail shooter. And then you have what's the other one called? Where it's like what if scenarios, like what if Wesker won against everyone and he turned the world fucking into zombie haven like he wanted to.
Revelations, I believe is what it was.
Well, Revelations was the Wesker twins. That's where my Wesker twins theory came in, of like they'd probably bring back.
Wasn't
because Alex Wesker. That's fuck. Talk about the Wesker twins. Fuck. You're bringing up some other things that I was thinking of too here. So. One thing that they could actually do for a spin-off game, if you think about this, Alex Wesker, that's the reason why they make Blue Umbrella. For some reason, Alex Wesker does something where it just like, Chris is like, okay, we already have one Wesker to deal with. Now we got 2 of them. We need to put a task force together. We need to bring everybody together. We need to get all hands on deck. So, Resident Evil Resistance has the character Alex Wesker, brand new character model, brand new actress that came in to actually play her and everything. We haven't seen Alex Wesker since Revelations, because that's what all the Revelations, the episodic ones, that's what that was all about, was you killing Wesker's twin sister. Because she's turning fucking evil, and she was trying to, what the fuck was it? She was trying to clone more Weskers. That's
Take
where
over the world.
Exactly, and that's where all this cloning shit came from in the Resident Evil TV show. It was basically taken from that storyline of Wesker trying to clone himself, or his sister trying to clone herself. So again, like that could be easily something that they could do too with the timeline, and then that could. Again, to go back to the Wesker twins storyline that I keep, I don't know, it just seems like it's such a great way of doing the story. You kill Wesker's sister, and then Wesker comes back for revenge. He wants to destroy the world because you killed his twin sister. Like, holy shit! What more motivation than that?
Holy shit!
His only family, you just murdered them.
You're going on about Wesker and everything. I was trying to piece together 4 and 5. Okay, Ada gets away with that little sample of this virus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to work with. I'm assuming that when she's like, "Oh, you're changing directions," she's going back to go to work with Wesker.
Well, they were supposed to be
Hence,
flying back to Wesker. Now she's all like, no,
oh,
no, no. We're changing directions. Because if you remember, she's listening. She goes, yeah, this guy's a fucking asshole. She throws down the thing, and then she puts the gun to his head like, we're changing directions, asshole. It's totally, she's telling that pilot to go somewhere else. Where? We don't really know. That's I'm thinking separate ways is going to tell us exactly where they're going next with this.
Yes, because then if she ain't going to Wesker, then maybe it's going to go over to Chris's story in Europe and how Blue Umbrella comes over. That's what they're going to do with 5 instead of going back to Africa and dealing with Las Plagas out there in Africa. Because now Wesker technically doesn't have it. Maybe Ada's not going to him. He already has Las Plagas.
Maybe that's
so therefore,
the reason
Wesker doesn't die at the end of 5.
Maybe that's the reason why Ada is so like concealed away from Leon. She doesn't want to give away too much because she doesn't want to let Leon know about who she's working with, and so it's to make you think she's working with Wesker the whole time. Maybe she's she is a double agent. Ada's always been a double agent. That's just even in RE2 remake, she is a double agent. Really, she's working with Leon, then she double agents against your ass to go and try and maybe work with Wesker. That's what you're thinking.
Well, maybe in this one now she's a double agent for Blue Umbrella. And that's how Chris gets drug into it. Well, no, Ada's always been with Ada and Leon have always been there. I don't think Ada ever did anything to do with Chris.
No. So let's see here. So Ada has always been kind of in the business for herself, and then she's only like really like been close to Leon for sure. Now here's another one to think about too. God, what the hell's his name? The fucking Russian dude there in RE3 remake. Who is he working for?
Hell if I know. Probably working for Wesker.
There you go. He was trying to Wesker was trying to find the cure so he could, for whatever the hell reason, he was trying to get that cure so much, but he destroyed the cure, so probably Wesker was like, you know what, I don't need it. What I'm thinking too is I think that cure was more or less to keep Wesker, so it keep the Ouroboros shit from happening to where he loses control in the end. That cure could postpone him losing control. That's what he thinks. And then at the end of it, he just probably gives the word. He's like, nah, fuck that. Just destroy it. Don't let any evidence get out of Raccoon City, basically, to get it back to Wesker. So nobody knows about Wesker actually being involved. Because if you think about it, nobody has a clue Wesker's involved in 2 and 3 remake. You never hear anything about him. All you ever hear about is the Spencer Mansion incident. That's all you ever hear about. So again, it's like, fuck, man, that it's like they're setting up for such a cool ass thing of like the thing of it though is the cast, the writing, it's so much better. Just like the character, the old games are classics. I love the old games too. But just my God, the remake, everybody who has been showing up to do these characters is just knocking it out the park. The writing is just like, it's such an upgrade from the original storyline. The level design, such an upgrade. The music, the weapons, the feel of the game, just everything is so much better.
Yeah. Okay. Things are coming together. So based off I was saying about 5. So 5 could be leading into 5 going into 6 could start leading into the what happened with what's her name from 7?
Mia.
Mia.
Yeah.
And that's what 6 kind of like leads into, and why how that ship got crashed out there and spilled that crap all over Louisiana.
Well, that's another one that I was kind of thinking about too. Is that's a gun you don't have in your game. You can't actually have in your game because it's not actually in the game. That's a modded pistol right there.
You played the game modded?
I'm playing it now with mod for my pro mode.
Oh, okay.
So
That's legit the first way, except for my costume. Obviously, I used the villain costume.
Well, the first, like I said, the first playthrough, I played it super vanilla, no mods, no nothing, just standard mode, leather jacket, and then once he loses leather jacket after first fucking chapter, then just a regular shirt. I had vanilla ass Ashley. I just did everything the developer's vision had for it. I'm like, that's how I wanted to experience it. If I'm running out of ammo, I don't give a shit. This is how I wanted to do it, and just to so I could actually have that experience of like, okay, this is what RE4 Remake is supposed to be like. Now I'm going hog wild and I have infinite ammo. I have fucking like as much resources I can fucking possibly get my hands on. I got all my guns I want. I'm just blowing everything up. I'm having fun with it now. Ashley has a skirt with no tights on, and Ada has a black ass fucking like dress looking thing on. They're looking fine as all hell. Can we also talk real quick about jiggle physics? This game has more jiggle physics than any other Resident Evil game ever has had, and I'm here for it. It's like Street Fighter 6 also has so much jiggle physics in it. I love it. RE Engine is great.
Kind of weird that you go to jizzle physics.
I say the same thing. I can't say that word right the first time. I keep saying jizzle.
Jizzle physics.
It's all about.
And I know what you're talking about, like what you're going with about it. But the only thing that came to mind playing the entire game was the regenerators. We like shoot them in the gut. That's the only thing that came to mind when you.
Yep.
Sorry, I mean I wasn't paying attention to the assets of the game very well.
Well, if you go if you go into the character model viewer and you shake the character models just a little bit, it's like, oh damn.
Oh no, I didn't do that. It's like,
holy shit. Yeah.
I spent most of my challenge currency and freaking just buying all the different costume shit that I unlocked.
So
pretty much it.
One of the crazy things too is like so when Ashley is sitting cross-legged on the barrel when you're in the shooting range, that's one of her character models and whatnot. And if you like, no joke, this is just to go into the detail of the character models. If you shake that character model a little bit, you can actually see like her thighs have a little bit of jiggle even. It's like, that's how in depth this stuff is going. I'm like, what the fuck? It just like, I didn't notice it until like I took the tights off. And then I was like, whoa, even that's like, it's like the hair physics, the bazookas, it's just everything is just like that. Resident Evil engine is just like the RE engine is just, it's on a level, man. The level of detail. And Street Fighter 6 again too is going to be that same like crazy ass level of detail going on too.
Brain stop. So I just had another thing.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Village happens in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Chris is over in Europe when like 6 is going on. Right? Well, excuse me, 7.
Well, RE2 Remake.
Somewhere in between there.
RE2 Remake, he has a letter out there saying, I'm on vacation over in Europe, checking out fine girls and whatnot. Like, literally, it's a weird-ass note that it doesn't sound anything like Chris, but it's left there, supposedly as, like... I think he was scouting locations.
8 is in Europe. 8 is when he starts talking about Blue Umbrella.
I think the whole village was a Blue Umbrella facility type of, because there's a whole facility underneath the village. I think Chris has been scouting that fucking place, or he went on assignment to scout it, and on Wesker's clock, and he didn't really realize it or something. And then that's the reason why Claire cannot get a hold of him.
Oh no. No. Okay, so you said scoping out fine ass ladies, huh? There's Four finest ladies and 8.
He was scoping out Miranda the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe
or Demiscu.
Dimitrescu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was scoping out that ass. So I again.
Sorry, going. My brain started to go to like 90 different directions on this, and that's what came back together.
He was thinking about fly swatter and just
silly man thing.
I can't wait to play in VR. I'm telling you. Like,
speaking of mods, the funniest mod that I've seen aside from fly swatter is every time she sees you, her head gets bigger.
That's so stupid. God damn.
It's hilarious.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Just watching the hat like it just phase through everything.
I think one of the funniest fucking ones that I've had, I started fucking busting out laughing because I'm like, this is gonna be so stupid. And when it happened, I'm like, this is fucking great. Was actually on when I did the Resident Evil 4 demo, and I was playing as Keanu Reeves, and then the chainsaw guy comes out and he's Shrek. So I literally had John Wick pairing a chainsaw against Shrek, like this murder man Shrek. I'm like, it peaked. I can't do any better than this.
No,
that's it.
Okay. I said it in my playthrough. Somebody needs to put a mod in there where Ramon, it's like Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad. I don't even know what the hell.
The short dude, big head, from the Shrek movies.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's him. He's got this little Napoleon complex to him.
Hello. Yeah.
And then the ogres,
so you know, all I
Elegante or what the fuck I said it in the damn video.
Like I've never, I think I might have seen Shrek 1 once. That's about my extension of Shrek, other than just memes and fucking like everybody's all like, I Need a Hero was in the ending of one of the Shrek movies. Outside of that, I have no fucking idea. I just have killed Shrek so many times.
When you fight the first ogre, that's when I did it. I was like, he's big, he's ugly, he's El Gigante.
Did you get stuck on the giants at all?
No.
Okay.
The duos?
Right. Yeah.
Hell no.
All right.
Yeah, I stomped them. Yeah. I didn't even drop him in the pit.
Oh, I dropped his ass.
I tried to.
Oh.
Nope. I still had to come. Did it do the thumbs up? Tell me he did a thumbs up.
That's what I was like, man, we need a mod to where he just does like a thumbs up as he's going inside there. Like all of a sudden the camera cuts over and he just has a thumb up while he's going into the fucking thing. That
scene is so iconic.
Dude, that happened right after the fucking Xenomorph wannabe fucking fight. I'm just like, oh my god, that was super also just like, it was creepy, but it was fun as fuck.
I was saying that the entire damn time.
I'm like, where's my Xenomorph?
You get that tail, and I'm like, this is gonna be this is gonna be some Xenomorph like a motherfucker. Then boom.
Like I played Alien Isolation for Halloween there this last year. It was just like it just reminded me so much of that, of like you're running through and then all of a sudden the fucking alien dropping.
You just hear skittering across the vents over top of you, and then you just see the tail, and he kind of looked like one damn near.
Hell yeah! I mean the original one, he also that was a very pretty much 1-to-1 of the original model.
You know, somebody's gonna somebody's gonna mod that guy with that entire fight.
I can't wait.
Like that.
I can't wait. I will stream it. I will load that mod up and I will stream that shit of like a Xenomorph running at me. That's what I said on stream. I'm like, okay, I want a Xenomorph and then I want like the little tongue to go, as soon as he grabs onto you. I'm like, oh man, just grabs and he's and then fucking hauls ass away again.
No, because I know everybody does it. Everybody knows plays Resident Evil knows it. Were you shooting crows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get the one grenade toss?
in the quarry where you fight El Gigante.
Yep. You have all the crows right there. You just
stuck a flashbang and it's done.
If it so, I threw it and I didn't quite land it right. I almost had it. Where you can take out the dogs also if you land it just right. I do believe. Or you can take out like all of them except for like maybe one of them or some shit. But yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, it's the birds. I did that in VR also. I was like, because in VR you literally have to aim it and then actually give it a fucking toss and everything. I was like, ugh.
You know, that's another one I might have to help me. I gotta go find a clip for the crow where he's like, let me reiterate that for you. Caw, bang, dead.
Oh god, this puzzle too. Oh man, that was
easy.
I was watching a certain person's stream, and I saw a clip of a certain person streaming this here, and that certain person had his wife do it for him. I'm like, He's like,
it was like half the damn. When I did it, when I get it posted, you'll see that like mine was like it was almost. I just had to do a couple turns. It was like, beep, okay. You look like you're spending a freaking hour figuring it out.
I because I fucked with it, and then I was like, I'm like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm like, and so yeah, I was sitting here for about a good like 10 minutes trying to like, just flipping.
That's the other thing I noticed in this game. There was not a lot of puzzles in 4.
No, because 4 it was supposed to be more action game than puzzly survival horror, and so that was just kind of what the thing is though, the puzzles that they do have in this, I thought they were fucking great. Like I actually really loved it.
They're pretty simple.
Yeah. It's just like I didn't see any puzzles that were really annoying, and there was like 1 or 2 of them, probably like one in each of the RE2 and 3 remake. There was definitely a couple puzzles that were annoying as shit in like RE7 and Village. Like the dollhouse has just like one. Never mind. That was DLC for Village. Never mind. One of the puzzles in the DLC for Village is just annoying as shit, and it's just like you have to keep looking back at it. You'll freak the fuck out when you get next to the fucking mannequins. I
was actually kind of glad that they left the snakes in.
Yeah. So the snakes.
It wasn't nearly as many as they were in the original though, because every time you knifed the box, you had to double knife that box, otherwise you're getting bit in the face.
There's more. There's more in here because if you.
Oh, I found a couple slithering around.
If you go into the challenges there, because they have the challenges on there's like 3 separate challenges where you have to sell 3 snakes in. So there's definitely more, because there was only like 5 or 6 snakes in the original. This fucker had like 12,
I had 12 13 snakes. No, I was 2. You're gonna make me fire this fuck up because I only missed 2 challenges and I know what they were.
There's like I can't. I swear to God, I counted like 3 challenges.
No, not 2 challenges, but two requests, and I know what they were because you have a spoiler, people. When you're in the lab with the regenerators and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one where you got to go back to the cryo lab and take out a boss regenerator. Motherfucker's got probably about 10, 15 fucking bugs in them to shoot. So you pull up that thermal scope, you're like,
yeah.
And there's like 3 other regenerators in there with him.
Yep.
I had tubes. 7 shots left on my right, 7 rifle bullets left. I'm like, I tried it twice, and I was like, I'm gonna have to get this on a rerun.
Yeah,
I do not have the ammo for this.
I had 7 shots in the rifle, and then I had to turn around and scavenge for about 6 more shots, and then on top of that, I had to keep flipping back to. So here's the one thing that I was like, man, they really need to hot patch this, because it pissed me off. I fucked up my run because, and this is the reason why I added another like hour onto the run, was because I sold the thermal scope where I didn't think I needed it anymore after I got past the underground part. I was like, oh, okay, I can sell this. I don't need it anymore for the regenerators. I'm like,
speaking of the big goofy dogs.
Yeah. So as soon as I sold it, then I get into another brand new room that is just chock full of the fuckers. I'm just like, So I had to run through that room with no thermal scope. I had to just Hail Mary it, basically. I had pissed away half my fucking ammo trying to get through. Like, the first time I got caught because I didn't know, I'm like, how do I get the door open? And I just got slaughtered. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, oh, that's great, game. Like, you let me.
Oh, that one, you gotta go turn the cranky thing.
Yeah, it's a brand new room.
Yep, that pissed me off.
I'm just
that pissed me off. I'm like, I have no rifle ammo. Why are you doing this to me?
As soon as they started, as soon as
I pulled up, well, I used the rifle, pulled up the scope to see where they were, and then just started hammering the shit out of them, those spots with the pistol.
Yeah,
and then I just gave up and checked the grenade up. This room was really interesting. How they kept that puzzle, but they changed it. Instead of have to run up to the top and adjust the lights, you just had the little knobby knobs.
So heading into this room where you first are finding Ashley here, there is one thing I really wanted to bring up that was kind of, it's like at first I was like, I don't know, it kind of takes a point off from the top of the game. Like, for me, now that I finished the game, I'm like, this is pretty goddamn perfect. When I started to get Ashley in with this and like trying to figure out like how to use her as, you know, like, okay, get the fuck out of there, come, you know, get behind me, you know, run over there, get over there. I was getting very annoyed very quickly. Now, if you remember what I said when I was going into this, I'm like, I really hope Ashley feels like Ellie from The Last of Us. They kind of missed the mark there. I think they should have made Ashley just way more of kick ass. You know, like have like
she
give her a knife or something.
About,
you know,
teaming up with him. I mean, she goes from Little Miss, oh my god,
by the end of it, yes.
I'm done with this shit. Yeah. I'm ready to kick some ass.
Yeah, by the end,
that's why I'm hoping maybe.
By the end of it, I'm just like, okay, like she's better. Like, it's the first half of the game though, when you're like running around with her, I'm just like, oh my god, this is gonna be annoying as fuck for the rest of this game. I'm like, just make her into Ellie, just have it so where it's like if somebody goes to pick her up, she's like just beating the shit out of them while they pick her up and everything. That's what I was looking for. She doesn't really do that, but she's not really in the way either. So I'm like, okay, so it's not terrible. It's just I just kind of was hoping she'd be a little more of a badass. But
I have somewhere in my videos, I have a moment where she got picked up and I went to shoot the dude that picked her up and I blast her right in the back of the head.
Yep, I did that. I did that a couple times over again when I was in the middle of the castle because you're in such close quarters and the fucker picked her up. I'm like, bam, bam, bam. And then I just so happened, I was trying to shoot right next to her and then the dude fucking shifted and boom. I was like, oh no. Game over. Had to restart had to restart the whole room all over again. So this first scene right here is like, oh, maybe she's going to be very Ellie-like because, I mean, this happens in the original also, but just like the way that this is her fully modded too. With this is skirt, no tights, actual full on regular actual OG outfit on her and everything.
Those glasses look like fucking shit on him, and she looks like Velma. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I was laughing like hell about the glasses.
Leon just looks like he's just had kind of really bad hangover. He's just wearing the sunglasses so you don't have to deal with it.
I was like, it kind of looks like the Matrix a little bit. I don't know, maybe.
No, he just looks.
Okay.
He looks like I just drank too much last night.
What if that was Keanu Reeves with those sunglasses on?
It might be a bit better.
I do have a Keanu Reeves mod that I could have. Leon could literally just be Neo for the whole playthrough. Yeah, I was when I saw the red glasses, I'm like, oh man, give me the black glasses because they're this close to being Bayonetta looking glasses. I'm like, so close. Like she'd probably look hot in the black glasses. The red ones does, yeah. It just looks like Velma. It's just like, kind of kills it a little bit. But yeah, it's just again they knocked it out the park. It's so much like, and that was like one of the big things I was super complaining about was the whole fact that I just, you know, as soon as you hear the OG characters talk, the whole experience kind of just falls falls apart.
Yeah, freaking Ada's voice just I was like, I know I haven't heard Ada's voice in a while, but that does not sound like Ada.
RE2 Ada
And Krauser, I mean, like you've only run like literally the only game you deal with Krauser. I'm like, it doesn't sound like Krauser. Like, I remember it being a little bit gruffer.
Well, the OG one. My big problem with the OG one was like, you hear fucking not Salazar, fucking
Ramon,
the main bad
Ramon,
the main bad guy villain. No,
yeah,
Ramon's a small guy.
Salvador.
Sadler.
Or something like that.
Sadler. There we go.
Sadler.
Yes. I had to remember that Sadler. I had to go through my head for a second. But Sadler in the original one, because as soon as I got Ashley in VR, I heard Sadler start talking again. I was like, oh, this guy is so fucking corny. He's like, hello, Leon. I am going against the U.S. government, and I'm going to use Ashley to get you the president. He literally talks like that. It's just like, what the fuck is this guy? Like, fuck off. In this one, he's like, I'm a cult leader, bitch, and I'm going to take over the world.
No, what now?
Yeah. I'm just like,
I am like, my god's going to make me a god, and I'm going to be a naughty god.
Become one with the parasite so I can tickle your ball. Like, I'm just like, you know what? He's a better character in this. Like, everybody's a better character in this fucking remake. Just everybody. Even Ashley, too. She's not like, Leon, No, she's like, Leon, there's somebody over there. Shoot him in the face. I'm just like, yes. These characters are so much fucking better acted now. Like, holy shit.
For anybody that watches this pod and Joe's checked my videos, somewhere in the clock, like if you want to see it for yourself, somewhere in the clock tower, I was like pulled up the sniper rifle and was picking dudes off and just watching their heads explode, and it just hit me. I was like, one of those, like one of those moments. It's just like when your head explodes like a great big balloon, that's the sniper.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, come on, like that's what are some of the moments you had in the game that you you just threw something out there?
I mean, that wasn't even close to the rhythm of the song.
I think I did it better. I think I did it better in the game than I did right there. So
you had to bend.
You'd have to watch it.
You had to bend there.
You had to bend that.
Oh God, what was? I'm trying to. I in this part right here in VR, I had like one of the best moments ever, where it's like I walk into the room looking for collectibles and everything. She shuts the door behind me. I'm just looking at the bed, looking at her. That's in my BRB screen now. You'll be able to see that, and I'm just like, oh. In this one, God, it was it was more or less just me going, oh God, there's spiders. Oh God, there's like, and then just me just one shot in like the ogre with a rocket launcher. I'm just like, ooh, it still works. God damn, what the hell? Oh, you know what? Probably the closest moment that I had to that was she goes to sit on the barrel for the first time, and I'm just sitting there with the gun in the shooting range. I'm like, oh, we're having this moment. Okay, I'm like, just check this out. Yeah, I got this. All right. Start fucking shooting all the goddamn target. I'm like, this is the most perfect moment for this, because she's just sitting there like, she's just doing one of those to you the whole fucking time. It's like the fucking meme that's going around right now where Nicolas Cage is looking over at Pedro, and Pedro's over like. like doing that fucking shit. It's like the perfect fucking thing of like, okay, like, yeah.
That one's gonna come back out in like some co-op or Fortnite or something that we're it's something you're gonna be Caged, and I'm just gonna be pictured over there like my hats off,
and then you just over there going, oh god damn. Yeah. So I'm guessing we're both like on the high.
When you get your ass kicked in a Fortnite, your duo's partner decides to run away.
Yeah, I just looking over and you're over there going, As you're just running down through, yeah. And I'm over there like, I have one gun. There's like 6 guys over here. Oh god. So yeah, I think the final verdict on Resident Evil 4 though is just like highly recommends. Absolutely.
Yes.
It gets even better with mods too, I can say that. But definitely even just a vanilla version of the game, like holy shit. If you can get it on PC, I would recommend the PC version. For sure. But
if you played the old school one, definitely play through this one. There's a lot more going on. And brain just completely somebody flipped the lights and my brain just got a
there's a lot more going on with it, but also just like I said, every character is better written. Just the events that happen are just they're structured way better. So one of the reasons why this is so much better written and everything, Resident Evil 4. So there's a lot of people that don't know this.
Oh yeah. Not to mention the new enemy that's in the game.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the original.
Yeah.
The pig heads.
Because they wanted
not as many chainsaw. They cut out a lot. There was a lot more. I remember being like a lot more chainsaw wielders.
Funny that you say that.
Run into them like 2 or 3 times.
They added a boss fight in here. The dual chainsaw chicks weren't in the original.
Oh yeah. That was the one I finally did the block on. I just kind of gave up and it's like, I gotta do it. I gotta do it because it's like obligatory.
Leon,
that you do it now.
Fucking Leon with his one-liners as soon as they burst through the fucking wall, and he's like, "Yeah, you're not my type," or some shit like that. He's saying it's like he's just coming out. He's
sorry, you're not my type.
Again, it just makes Leon so much better of a character with all these one-liners and everything they have in here. It's like, oh my god, like basically that's actually one of the things that kept happening. I was saying something, and then Leon was saying it in the game. I'm like, I'm connecting so much with fucking Leon, right? Like,
yes, there was a couple times that happened.
I'm just like, oh come on, what the fuck? And then Leon's like, oh give me a break. Like it's just like it was like 1-to-1. As soon as I was saying something, I'm like, we're on the same level here, Leon. Like this is the reason why I connect with Leon because I like this character. He's my favorite character out of Resident Evil. He always has been. As soon as I started deep diving into Resident Evil, I'm like, Leon's my dude right here because he's just kind of like he's just the everyday dude that's just trying to survive. I love that fucking character. Chris is always try hard. Claire was annoying back in the day. Sorry to say. Now she's great.
Yeah. Well, Leon was just he's just showing up for his first day at work at the police the police department of Raccoon City, and then fucking all hell breaks loose.
He's like, I'm here. Oh god, everybody's dead. Oh fuck. It's like, I'm like, I love that. Hell yes. He's just some random. It's just like Joel from Last of Us. Also, like he's just some random. In this game,
he's like he's just sent out here to go find the president's daughter, and then just all hell breaks loose.
And that's again, it's like it's one of those things. This is kind of like the original form of Last of Us too. If you think about it, it's like some guy goes and trying to escort the female, to the safe zone and everything. Again, it's a lot of. I think Druckmann's also said that too. Like this is the game. If you like The Last of Us, Neil Druckmann got a lot of inspiration for the original like Last of Us kind of idea and everything of Joel escorting Ellie. I mean Ellie Ashley. It's like there's a lot of inspiration that comes from RE4. But this is going back to what I was gonna say there before, but not a lot of people know the original developments for OG RE4. It was actually rushed. Like it was a very short development cycle that they had on it. They were supposed to have like 4 years development cycle. They had like 3, I think, something like that. And it was like
okay,
they flushed everything out in this. This is the actual story they wanted to tell in OG RE4 was what they did in this remake. So
before we start wrapping up, because we're probably going for almost an hour now.
Yeah, an hour 20.
Yeah, so what was your opinion on the new, merchant? Like, you don't go find him in a corner. He goes, "What you buying?" And he, opens up his coat like he's going to flash you or something.
So, the original one was, he was more of a pirate,
he's got more of an Aussie
he's an Australian dude, straight up. I was like, huh. I'm like, didn't get on my nerves or anything. I actually don't mind it.
No, I didn't mind it. It was kind of fun because like you'd walk into the building and he's like, you know what rhymes with fun? Gun. Or gun rhymes with fun, or some shit like that. I'm just like, it was great. Like, right in the last video, I walk in there and he's like, "Hey, fun rhymes with gun." And I'm like,
the 3D audio kicked in when I was in the. It was like in the middle of the fancy part of the fucking castle area, and like you know how like shit echoes in some of the hallways and whatnot. So I'm like, I'm walking through the hallway, and all of a sudden I just hear like the echo down the hall. He just spawned in. He's like, "Hey, you know what rhymes with gun is fun." And I'm just hearing that shit echo down the hallway. I'm like, "Hey, my dude." Another one too that I really liked, the line when he says, "Oh, you smell like you've been in a gunfight" or something like that. I'm like, that's such cool fucking detail right there. It's like, you've been through the combat, traveler.
Yeah, it's like just like right after you get done with that fight with Krauser, you walk in there and then he says that line, and I'm like,
this is so
that's fitting.
Like that. It's so cool to set up like the detail in the world. You know, how can you convey smells? Oh, he's fucking. You know, he's like, I can smell the gunpowder on you, man. You've been doing one hell of a shootout, right? It's like, yeah,
bro, you smell like BO. You just got to kick some ass.
You know, you come out of the gun range after Ashley's been eyeing you up and down, and he's already like,
should have had one.
He's all like,
they should have had one where you're like in this when you had to jump down to the sewer water and go under the pipe and come back up. They should have had another for that. They missed a moment right there.
I can't believe I didn't. I never even thought to say a joke about that. Holy shit! She jumps down in there with her skirt on. It's like, well, there's some pain. Oh man, it didn't even dawn on me that joke was staring me right in the face the whole time. God damn. Anyways, before we get too dirty with the jokes, yeah. Is there anything that really bugged you? I'm still trying to rack my brain on like.
I mean, I can't. It kind of nagged at me was the lack of ammo, but then again, we did get spoiled in the last couple of Resident Evil games where you just have ammo falling out the wazoo.
Did you? Oh.
By the end of the game, this one you're struggling a little bit.
There's only one spot. Yes, the spot that's after this where fucking the chief picks up if there's that one spot where if the chief picks up Ashley, game over. I'm like, no.
Oh God.
No. Don't do that.
Yes.
Thank fuck it's only just that one spot. And then after that it's like I
completely forgot.
It's like
completely forgot about that. That's like how so much is going on in this game you forget about. Like once you get done with the village, you're kind of like you're in the castle, and then pretty much everything that happened in the village starts to go away because you're there's so many other moments going on in the castle.
Once again,
same thing with the island.
They kept it talking about changes. There was some dialogue change here in this scene where everybody's like, "What the fuck? They nerfed Louise." Because Louise he doesn't really make fun of her boobs. Like he was like, "Oh, you got some big ballistic assets" or something like that in the original, and they took that out. And But what I think they actually made this scene better because now Ashley actually has a character of like, "I'm Ashley Graham, motherfucker." You know, like she comes at him. I'm just like, I like it. I like this new Ashley. That's cool. But also it's shit. I had a thought in my head to say, and now it went wee. I've seen no mods for Louise too. That was.
I mean, he's only in the game a few times. You only work with him.
Yeah.
Through a couple of shootouts.
I think it's a good sign though. There's no mods for Louise. That everybody just really likes his character model, and everybody likes how he is. Like,
oh, you even did that too. Oh,
yeah.
I did the challenge for that one. I didn't board up anything.
Oh, I didn't even fucking.
I went through hard mode. I didn't not on hard difficulty. I did standard difficulty, but I saw some challenges, so I did it I did it the hard way. So I was trying to knock out as much as I could, thinking like I could buy like infinite ammo for one of the guns or something out of my first playthrough. But apparently, I don't know. I didn't unlock anything like that.
No,
so
there is nothing. That might be one of my only slight gripes with this. Although I got modded, so now I have infinite ammo. There is no infinite ammo other than 3 weapons, and you have to basically beat the game twice. On professional, and then also an S rank, and then you get 2 different. The hand cannon. It's like one of them is a hand cannon, one of them is the typewriter. It's I think the hand cannon was professional, really? And then the typewriter is
I think they're both professional.
Is S rank.
Oh, it's no. I think it's professional. Just like you can do it like a new game plus on professional for the typewriter. For the hand cannon, you have to do a straight new game in professional.
Right. Okay, yeah. I knew it was one of the 2 because I saw it. I'm just like, oh fuck that shit. Just let me.
Well, the Chicago type would be great. It'd be a great run through. With Leon with the pinstripe suit and the Chicago typewriter.
That's the very classic way. It's so many people have done that. It's like that's everybody's second playthrough is that. I'm just like, okay. What I would actually wouldn't mind doing.
Chicago typewriter.
So with mods, you can actually wear Wesker's suit, or you can take the Noir suit from RE2 Remake, which, in all honesty, the Noir suit feels more suited for this. Like you're working to find the president's daughter. That feels more like the Noir look that he would go like very professional, slick back hair and all that shit, instead of like Mr. Mercenary guy. Actually, that's another thing to bring up really quick too. God damn it, we're at like an hour and a half. But Leon's character arc in this, he goes from just like he's kind of just like once again just like the cop. By the end of this, he is like fucking soldier supreme. He's like Terminator. Fucking run through
the shit he just went through again.
It's like, and then also the whole thing of like he's still working through the Raccoon City guilt that he survived the city, and a lot of people didn't. Again,
but now he just went through and murdered an entire village, and
yeah, they had it coming.
Well, I mean, it was a giant cult. I mean,
I actually had a moment on stream where I'm just like, there, because Ashley keeps flirting with him of like, oh, let's go grab dinner or something afterwards and everything, and I'm just like, imagine they go to the restaurant and somebody they go to some like European restaurant, and then somebody throws a squid down on the table, and then she just starts freaking the fuck out like ah, and then Leon's like, okay,
we'll just cut to the old fucking gag, the old alien to the chest gag.
Oh jeez. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do at least one thing with something like that. Like they did such a xenomorph type
one
of thing.
chest burster.
Yeah, just I mean they had the face huggers in there. That's what the spidery assholes are. They are literally face huggers. But yeah. Anyways, so I guess to wrap this up, because we've been going for so long on this, basically my final thoughts on all this stuff is like, I can't wait to see where they go. Separate ways to see where that DLC goes with it. I can't it's like Mercs mode. Is it gonna, I mean, we might be playing as Wesker or something in Mercs mode. That could be kind of cool, but also we just barely went into the brand new Wesker too. He just sounds super fucking cool and like way better than OG Wesker. And nothing again. So OG Wesker was in Mass Effect, and he did a very good job as, I'm pretty sure he was Rex in Mass Effect. It's DC Douglas. He was great as Wesker, but at the same time, it's just the way he was written. I just always felt like Wesker was kind of like this villain, like, I'm gonna take over the world, haha. And now he just seems like more like, I am a boss. I know I got this shit under control, and I'm gonna destroy everyone that gets in my way. Like, he just seems so more confident, and he seems so much more like in control with this new version of Wesker. I'm just like, awesome. So I can't wait to see where that goes. Where the Ada storyline goes. There seems like there's going to be a lot more being told there. On top, oh yeah, see, I had ran out of ammo, and all I had was a sniper rifle left, because I was just stacking sniper rifle ammo. I'm just like, oh fuck, I got no pistol ammo left. But yeah, yeah, I just it's knocked out of the park. Resident Evil's once again, doing their thing. For the next Capcom game, I think it's Street Fighter 6. So definitely be looking out for that. That's going to be really good.
I'm not too worried about that. Jedi, the new Jedi Fallen Order game.
Well, I'm just talking about Capcom stuff though.
Capcom?
Yeah.
Help, I know.
So that's like Street Fighter 6 is their next big one, and then Monster Hunter Sunbreak will also be coming to PC because that DLC isn't even on PC
Maybe.
yet.
I might go back through Rise just to play it because I mean, Wild Hearts was kind of fun, but it was just. I haven't went back into Wild Hearts since I don't know if they've updated it.
Exactly.
That snowy area in my computer, just like over it.
Everybody's computer was doing that because that game isn't fully made too well. The other thing that came to mind too is like possibly in the future, if they reuse the assets from the castle, because what was RE4 originally going to be?
I have no idea.
It was originally going to be Devil May Cry 1.
Oh,
that's why the castle it looks so much like Devil May Cry 1 because it was originally Devil May Cry 1. Then they turned it into a Resident Evil game.
Oh my god! Now you make me kind of want to go through
DMC1 remake. I'm kind of wondering if they might just for like I forget whatever anniversary would be coming up for Devil May Cry, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe they might just because all it would be is just reuse that asset from the castle. It's the same fucking thing from the OG days. Also, so yeah, any final thoughts on Resident Evil RE4 remake?
I mean, not really. Maybe I understand that they were trying to go more of a survival route with this. At the same time, I'm quite again. The only thing I had to complain about the whole thing was the ammo. They give it like
which case
they seem to give it to you when you need it the most.
Yeah,
but at certain points when you can really use it, you feel
it's supposed to
like you're getting screwed.
Yeah, and that's where the survival aspect.
But then again,
is.
I'm thinking here. I go through a new game. I go through next time I go through. Maybe I'll start using knives a little bit more in the beginning of the game so I can conserve ammo.
Also the charms too. Go into the shooting range, because the charms, there is a couple of charms in there where it's like 50% extra ammo that you're getting, and then also the case on top of that. That's why I started not having a problem with ammo whatsoever at all, because I was using I was crafting twice the amount of ammo, plus also was dropping like 10 to 15% extra ammo on top of that. And that was vanilla run, so it was like not mods or anything. I was just like it's like the silver case, I do believe. That's why I didn't have the you know how I always have gold on everything.
I completely thought the dang cases were a cosmetic thing to begin with. Like, okay, cool, you can change what your case looks like. It's a little cosmetic thing. And then the first one that popped up for the spinals, I was like, wait, what? I read it and I was like, oh, these things have so I was like, oh, so the one no wonder I've been getting money out the wazoo, because the one I picked was the money.
There you go. That's one of the charms is like you get 50% off from the rocket launcher. So the rocket launcher is only like 30,000 fucking. I'm like, oh, okay.
I got
what
was it? I got a chicken one that gives me 100% health.
Yep.
Off an egg.
I was running that. I was running at first. I'm just like, once I get into the castle, this ain't gonna be worth shit. So that's when I started. Yeah. That's when I started running the ammo. Like I said, as soon as I hit the castle, I'm like, I just gotta start doing ammo, because I had all the guns upgraded. I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then whenever I got a new gun, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to start packing in the gemstones and everything into like the crowns and the vases and all that stuff. But yeah, I actually, this is a new version of the gun he had. Also, this is not the same gun he had in the OG. I actually like this. It surprised the shit out of me. This gun, it's a 9mm. Normally, you know me, I'm all about the 1911. I'm just like, give me my damn 1911. I'm gonna run in and just murder everything. This gun actually holds up. I was very surprised. It's a brand new gun technically, and it actually holds up very well. See, it's Kendo written right on it. Again, I'm very curious to see what ends up happening. Like, again, I think that's what we need. Is now this is actually 1911 here, funny enough, and this is the original. This is I'm pretty sure this is the original one that was in the original game. That's my prediction for the future is we're probably going to get something that is going to be, bridging that gap, and then a brand new Resident Evil. Maybe it might be a Rose entry, but then again, so one of the things too is they said that the Father saga is done. They didn't say shit about Rose, and they set up Rose to be kind of like a new agent. So, are we going to see in the new Resident Evil? Are we going to see Leon? Old man Leon, like a little bit older Chris we've seen. Who knows? It's I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening, but if it's half the quality of this, we're going to be in a good spot. Mm-hmm. Resident Evil, like Cap God is back. Street Fighter's running good. Monster Hunter's running good. Resident Evil's running good. Capcom's just firing on all cylinders. RE Engine, it's some pretty damn good stuff. So I will be in the very near future. I will be doing more streams with the mod run. We'll do that pro mode, and Frostbite is going to have the full playthrough of his going up on his YouTube channel.
Well, at least from like chapter 3, about halfway,
a good chunk of his playthrough.
Chapter 3 on, yeah, pretty much. I got like 16 videos. I gotta render and edit. So
yeah,
I got a lot going on.
So all that, and then whatever else ends up coming out. That's what we're gonna be doing. Oh, and very very soon, within pretty much after this weekend, I'm gonna be messing around with the Unreal Engine 5. So I'm gonna see what I can make making that. I don't know. I'm gonna learn it on the fly on stream. Well, I'm just gonna jump in and just mess around with it, see what the hell happens. So
when I have whenever like have a day off and you're free and stuff, since we're done with Resident Evil, we're all kind of caught up with everything for the moment. Do we want to try some more Spook Hunters? Because they've had some updates.
We could for sure. Yeah, because we got like the full-on month that basically
we got like 1 or 2 videos of that up, and I know we were both having a blast with that.
Yeah, they like you said, they just had the update and everything too. So it's basically I'm just gonna be doing like 1 or 2 streams a week of gaming stuff while I mess around with Unreal Engine, like learn a little bit of that. Again, I talk all about this stuff. I just want to get hands on with it, just to be like, oh, okay, how is all this stuff put together and everything. So anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Like and subscribe and share on both of our channels and all that stuff. Frostbite isn't streaming, but, for me, go and follow on the Twitch thing. And go and like and subscribe and share all his videos. Yeah. This has been a very...
Yeah, I'll get an update. I'll keep you up to date on... I'm going to be back to streaming. Just everything's...
In the future, he wants to get back to it.
It's happening, but it's happening slowly.
But yeah.
Work in progress.
Yeah, we all gotta wrap this up and get going and everything. So
I miss streaming. Please, really do.
He's more of a streamer than he is a YouTuber.
There's been so many moments when I've just been playing a game by myself that I wish I was like,
Chad, did you see? Oh,
on stream. Yeah. I caught myself saying, looking for a second, going, oh, chat would probably roll on that one.
No, that was another meme on stream. Damn it. But yeah. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this. I'm gonna thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by, and as always, I will see ya next time.